Welcome, Bear fans, to This Week in Mercer Athletics, your inside look at all of your favorite Mercer programs. This week, we'll get you caught up on all the recent results and preview the teams in action later this week. The Mercer women's soccer team picked up a pair of wins this week against in-state rivals Georgia Southern and Georgia State. The Bears took a 2-0 shutout on Thursday against the Eagles and returned home for a 1-0 shutout against Georgia State on Sunday. Mercer is now 3-0 to start the season, becoming the first team in program history to start the season undefeated.
Yeah, I thought overall it was a good performance for us. I thought we played well in the first half, and then I thought we came out well in the start of the second half and got the goal. And then I was a little disappointed because we let down for about 15 minutes there, and then they got control of the game at that point. Then we picked it back up, and then the last 5 minutes we were hanging on a bit. So except for that 15-minute period and that 5-minute period, I was overall pleased to get a shutout against a team that did very well in their conference last year. Yeah, it's fine, but I think I told you last time it's not. I'm just looking for the next game. And Florida Atlantic's going to be a tough team, and that's going to be a tough trip for us. And then we've got UGA and Florida State. So for me, it'll be about going 3-0 at the end of the season, and hopefully we can do that. Yeah, it's especially for the freshmen, the first time you travel, it's always a concern. But we talked to them about it, and that's really all we can do, But we also have good senior leadership this year. Olivia Tucker does a good job as a captain, and Jesse Cupstis and PA as assistant captains. We'll make sure they're focused. So I don't have any questions about our leadership, and that's going to be a big part of it.
The Bears begin a 4-game road trip this week when the team heads to Florida Atlantic on Friday night. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. The Mercer men's soccer team opened up their 2011 campaign this weekend on the road at UNC Asheville. Thanks to a Ryan Keene goal in the 52nd minute, the Bears were able to hang on to the 1-1 tie. This week, Mercer plays host to some tough competition as the team welcomes in both UAB and Appalachian State. Thursday night, the Bears kick off at 6 p.m. against UAB, and then again at 1 p.m. on Sunday against Appalachian State at Bear Field. The Mercer women's volleyball team also kicked off their season last week, playing in the Winthrop Classic. The Bears fought hard but ended up dropping matches against Davidson, UNC Wilmington, and host Winthrop.
Obviously, there's some adversity we had to face with some injuries, of course, that are uncontrollables. However, we had our only lone freshman, Caroline Carlton, who stepped up, and she filled a void that we needed her to fill, and did a pretty good job, and so proud of her being the only player from our program to make all-tournament team. So, again, definitely some highlights. Yeah, I'm excited again, that obviously our non-conference slate, we're going to be seeing everybody from Georgia. Obviously, we have Kennesaw State as well, who's, in our conference, but I'm excited. Georgia Southern's a great program. They actually return, I think, all but 2 starters, so, they've got a wealth of experience. They won their conference tournament last year, went to NCAAs, and it's going to be a tough match, but, this is a home opener, and I think the girls are excited, and hopefully they'll step up to the challenge. Yeah, I'm always excited about the Bear Brawl, obviously hosting our home tournament. And I think it's nice to get, 3 different schools that come in from 3 different conferences, somebody we're not going to see any other time this year, and just exciting to see some different competition. I think it's our level, and it's a great opportunity for us to come out with 3 wins, but obviously nothing's handed to us, so we really need to work, we really got to compete, and I hope that we can take away our tournament victory.
This week, Mercer has a quartet of games starting off with the home opener on Wednesday night against Georgia State at 6 p.m. This weekend, the Bears host the annual Bear Brawl, a 2-day tournament with Troy, Tennessee State, and Norfolk State headed to the University Center. The 4 teams will play a round-robin tournament over the 2-day event. For ticket information, check out mercerbears.com. Cross country also begins their 2011 season this week when the team heads to the University of Georgia Invitational this Saturday. Races get underway at 9 a.m. at the UGA Equestrian Center.
We came in 4th last year, the men did. The girls came in 5th. There were about 10 schools, 10 D1 schools that were there last year. So I think we did pretty well, but I think we can expect to see a better result this year. Well, the course, it's a good course. It's at their Equestrian Center in Bishop, Georgia. And it's not a real hilly course, which is good for an opener because it gives you a chance to see what you can do without having to climb a lot of really big hills. And the main obstacle really there to running fast is the dust. If we don't get any rain this week, it'll be really, really dusty. And that makes it hard to run when you're breathing a lot of dust, although it's an extra incentive to be in the front of the pack. Well, if they set the course up the same way they did last year, then we can expect to see some really fast times. If everything goes really, really well on the girls' side, we might see Mercer's first ever sub-18 5K out of Casey Neiman, and we'll see some really, really good times out of Sammy Waller and Christina Keevy. I'm excited because it's a fast course. There's good competition, so we can expect to see some really top-notch performances out of these kids.